You have to be like all in. You can't be like, oh, I want to be a car designer. Maybe I should go to art center. You have to be like, I need to be a car designer, so I have to go to art center.
Hello guys, we're here at Houston Intercontinental and I have a really cool video coming up for you. Right now I'm heading towards LAX, which is the Los Angeles airport, and I'll be going to Art Center College of Design. I'm having lunch tomorrow with the Transportation Design chair, and then also I'll be heading to the LA Auto Show. So I'll probably create two videos out of this, one for the LA Auto Show and one for the visit at Art Center, which I think is going to be pretty spectacular. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello everyone and welcome to one of the top car design schools in the world, if not the top one, Art Center College of Design. This is a magical place. This is where I spent a good part of my life. On this field right here is where I used to play soccer on like the very brief free time that I had. And what you see behind me is the world famous Art Center College of Design. So Art Center is situated in Pasadena, California. We're at top of the hill. And if you see right behind me, there's the famous Rose Bowl and the city of Pasadena, which is just a gorgeous view, especially for me coming from Houston and not seeing a mountain in a long time. It's really cool to see a little change of elevation, but it's an amazing view from this whole campus. And the cool thing is that I used to, when I was here as a student, I used to ride my bike every day. If you see those buildings in the background, pretty much that's where I started, and I will ride the whole way, come the way up to the hill, go to school, finish at 3 a.m. and then go back home. What's up, guys?
We like what you're doing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So this is the main entrance to the gallery of Art Center College of Design. You have no idea how excited and so many mixed emotions to be here. Such an amazing and scary part of my life, because it's coming to a school that demands a lot of you and you have to really give it all you got, but it's really worth every second of it. So let's go inside and check it out. So this is the world famous Art Center College Gallery. They usually don't let you take videos or pictures. I got a special permission. That's why she's not tackling me right now and arresting me. They won't let you take video and stuff. They try to keep this very private, but you guys get a very exclusive tour of what is the Art Center College of Design Gallery. So basically they take the top students and they choose some of their projects and they allow them to be here. And the cool thing about this gallery is that it changes every, what is it, every 3 months, 4 months? Every 4 months, it's a whole new rotation of all the new students. So the work that you see here hasn't been sitting here for years. It's actually just fresh work. And the next, you come here in 4 months and it's a whole different gallery. So that's really impressive that the quality of work that they have just keeps adding and adding. So this is the transportation design section. I showed you guys a little bit of like the half models. You have the half models where it's, I show you the clay one so you can see like here the finished product. This is the ones that it's against the mirror. So you can see like this is a project for Volkswagen. And the cool thing about this is a car. This is what we consider a car. Look how different, look how like left field this is. This is pretty much where we are right now. We have cars that can self-drive, that it's just more of a living space instead of just like a car. And you can see all kinds of different thinking, right? Here you have a package drawing of the car with the 3 passengers. This guy likes to carry like bicycles, motorcycles, and look how simple. He just had a little laser cut bicycle just to show his idea of what he's doing, what's his user, what do they like to do, what do they like to transport, and just thinking outside the box. Look at this guy. He has people that are sitting facing each other. So this is very different from your classic car. This shows me it's like, you see, it's inspired by a bullet train, I guess. So it's more probably like a self-driving car. And look at the finish and the quality and the reflections and just the attention to detail of this car. And then here we have the upper term levels. So this is a full scale model. So this, you have the 2 halves of it. It's not against the mirror. And you can see he's working with symmetry. He's working with a design. Look at the finish on the wheels. The paint job is usually out of this world. All the reflections, if you see as I move my camera, all those reflections should be just perfectly mint, following a beautiful line. Look at this highlight right here as I move the camera. That is achieved just by really good surfacing, really understanding of what the surfaces are doing, and just sanding and exploring and moving around the light and just achieving this kind of perfection. And you can see the names of the people that did this amazing work. It's a Harley Davidson. And you can see it's not only cars, they do boats, they do motorcycles, they do all kinds of like really cool projects. This is more like a Harley Davidson. We have something that looks more like an off-road kind of bike. And I was lucky enough to be in this very gallery 13, 14 years ago. My car was sitting right here in the middle, so I'm proud of that. And I thank Art Center for letting me have that experience. And then I can show you a little bit of all the other departments. We have environmental, which designs like open spaces, public spaces. It's pretty cool. A lot of product design, packaging design. So you can see here some of the product designers. And like I say, all the work that you see here changes every term. So the amount of products that these people can pump out, it's amazing. This is branding and packaging. We have advertising. So if you hear like banana boat, and you can see how the toast is getting just pretty much a suntan. So it's pretty, they have pretty clever way of doing. We have photography on the back, more product design. So this gallery, just the work coming out of here is pretty impressive. This is some of like more like conceptual art, and you can see they cover everything, but just the ideas and the things they come up with is just magical. You can kind of see me on the reflection, but you get to see what's behind it. It's pretty cool. This is kind of like movie sets and stages, and just this applies to video games, movies, books. So this hallways is where I did my very first introduction to Art Center. I used to take night classes. Night classes is before you go into the program, you can take like some small courses where they actually help you bring up your drawing and your sketching and just make you be able to build a portfolio a lot better. So that's kind of what I'm doing for you guys with these videos, just giving you a way to improve your skills, so when you get to any college, even if it's here or somewhere else, you have some skills that can help you just keep moving forward. Here we have this clay models. I guess is like their introduction to working with clay and having a 2D drawing become a 3D drawing. So you can see they're smaller scale. It's in my hand, and it's shape exploration. There's a human in there, but you can see like a lot of the clay models, and then they will evolve into more finished paint models. So this is like their first interaction of creating 3D and being able to turn a sketch into a solid piece. We can have some more finished pieces over here. And that's a clay oven. For you guys that don't know,
Bread oven, clay oven.
this clay has to stay hot so you can actually mold it and move it around, because if
malleable.
so it's a lot more malleable. And sometimes people overnight leave it too hot and you come back and all your clay is ruined, which happens.
Yeah.
You can see. So that's how you put it into, and you get all kinds of blisters in your hands.
Yeah, it's too hot, but otherwise it's hard.
So yeah, that's once it gets cold, it's a lot more rigid.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
when
will-
you can shape it.
But is it worth every second of it? You guys are liking what you're doing?
We're still here.
You're still here. Cool. Well, congrats, guys. Keep pushing it. Beautiful work. And I'll see you guys around.
All right.
Bye. Art Center, being a student, stress level, how hard it is, how much workload, what's your experience?
It's like the military, man.
You get much sleep?
If I'm lucky. Yeah, it's just too much work, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
So it's a big commitment. You're committing to say,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
be
like-
as good as I can be.
You have to be like all in. You can't be like, oh, I want to be a car designer. Maybe I should go to art center. You have to be like, I need to be a car designer, so I have to go to art center.
So do you party a lot and just have a lot of fun most of the time?
During school? No.
Look at that face.
It's a lot of discipline for sure.
Yeah, everybody I talk to is like, oh, college best years, like party. It's like, no, we worked, and I still remember leaving this campus at 4 or 5 a.m. on my bicycle, like constantly, like just getting on my bike. And
We'll be
awesome.
lucky if we play some music out loud here. That's the closest thing to a party.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah, that's the closest.
Cool. So yeah, I think what makes Art Center is having people like him, like her, fully committed, fully competitive, creating this amazing work, and just not being satisfied with where you're at. They always keep pushing, but it's extremely satisfying when you look back and you look what you have achieved and created. You reach heights that you don't even think it was possible when you started, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Well, that's the life of Art Center for students.
What life?
That one day will be world famous. Bye. Thank you, guys. Life of the Art Center student. How hard it is, how stressful, how much do they push you to be a better designer?
Yeah, it's definitely stressful, and they do push us. I mean, it pays off because towards like the upper terms, it feels like it starts getting a little bit easier. But I think you just have to really learn how to manage your time properly, because you have basically that like one instructor doesn't care about how much homework the other instructor gives you, so you kind of have to space it out throughout your week, see how much time you have, and really organize your assignments well in order to actually be able to get everything done on time and with good quality.
So you're not just like drawing cars and having fun and having a simple life like, oh, I draw cars and that's all cool, right? It's the toughest thing you've gone through so far?
Yeah, it is. Definitely. Yeah, by far.
Yeah, I just want to scare some people a little bit of how hard and how committed you have to be here, because how much time you spend here in this studio?
Well, I don't know specifically this studio, but the school, I mean, for me per term is a minimum of like 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
I mean, if not 100 or 110 or 120, depending on
Here every day from 8 to like 12.
Yeah, I mean, or later.
Yep.
Plenty
Yes.
of all-nighters. Sometimes you're up for 36 hours and not sleeping.
So here's this guy that is staring at me like I'm a crazy person, that I don't know who that is. I haven't seen him for 15 years.
Excuse me, sir. I've never seen you in my entire life.
I used to have hair.
You're getting me confused with somebody.
So this is Greg. He's been at this shop for a long time.
Too long.
I was here since 2000, 2005, and when did you start here?
Like 78. I don't know. It's been like almost 20 years.
Here for the LA Auto Show, but I decided to stop by and say hi, because I know there's still a lot of people that I know that used to yell at me for not doing.
Anthony's still here?
Yeah, I already saw Ronnie. I saw Anthony. You were missing. So this is the Art Center model shop. This is the tool shop. This is where they lend you all the things that you're going to use, and this is where they yell at you when you're about to cut your finger off.
And if you don't bring it back, we charge you cash money.
Yes. So yeah, pretty much this is an amazing shop. This is where everything gets created. Everything, all the models that you see, everything is just really hard work from these guys and the students, and they just have eternal patience to guide us and not strangle us when we're doing everything wrong.
Yes, it's something. Yeah.
This is where you do the handwork, where you cut bandsaws, all the manual stuff. And then on this side, we have all what is the 3D printing, laser cutting. So you see some people here doing some laser cutting. Hi. This smell just brought me back years. So yeah, so this is the laser cutters. So she's in charge of the laser cutting lab. And this is pretty much a laser. I showed you some wheels before that were cut with them, and this is all the things that they can do, some samples. You can cut a lot of different materials, different thicknesses. I know when it's reflective, you have to treat it somehow so you don't get the laser bouncing back into your eye.
I cut it from the opposite side.
You cut it from the opposite side. There you go. And do you still have the sign that says, "Do not stare at the machine with your remaining eye," or is that gone? What's your name?
Berta.
Berta. I'm Rodrigo.
Rodrigo.
Nice meeting
to meet
you. Take
Yeah,
care.
You too.
Bye. So here's some of the things that they 3D print, so you can get a good idea of the many applications of things that you can do. So this is pretty much the 3D Lab Central. This is where they do all the files. They adjust everything for all the machines. You can see a lot of samples of all the things that they create here, print all different kinds of materials. They have CNC, they have, so I guess it's adding and subtracting kind of prototyping, FDM. And they have all this technology here, and they have this really cool screen where they keep track of all the machines to make sure they're all running smoothly. So you can see a few of them are working right now. So this is like the brain of the operation. And we have Paul right here, that he was here when I was in school. So this is one of the, he didn't look as gray at that time. I had a lot more hair too, but still here a few years. He runs pretty much the 5-axis machine and a few other machines, right?
Yep, and you're looking at two solid people here. We
Awesome.
know what we're doing. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so
the
much.
screen if you want.
Yeah, so here he is adjusting a file to get, this will be CNC?
Yep.
So this is running a path of what it's called a tool path, right?
Correct, yes.
So this is going to show how there's the car, and it's going to show the steps that the drill on the CNC machine is going to take to cut. That's the one that is cutting right now?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll show you a video of the one that is running, but that's called a tool path. So here we have the famous spray booth. So this is where they do all the painting for all the models that you see. This is one of them. You can see, sorry. What are you working on? Cool. So you see she's building a prototype. Right now she's matching all the paint. This is for like product packaging?
Yeah, I'm a packaging designer. This is a personal project.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Cool. So same spray booth that was when I was here in 2005, plus the new one. But they have all the chemicals. That's why she's wearing that mask, so she can breathe and protecting her eyes. And this is just sucking all the air so you don't get like intoxicated. Cool. Thank you for your time. Okay, might get a little loud in there, but this is the composite room. And the composite room, you see, there's always people working at our center. Sanding, making all kinds of prototypes. So this is where we have a lot of like the Bondo and like the stinky chemicals. You want to keep them here because it's like super well ventilated. Again, there's lots of masks, lots of equipment. And this is where you work with more toxic chemicals, I guess, so they get sucked out of the room and you don't get sick. So this is a storage room right next to the new spray booth. This spray booth, I call it the new one because it was new when I was here in 2005. But it's a bigger space, so if you want to paint like a full-size car, not a full-size, but if you're going to paint like a quarter scale, you have a lot more space to do it. So there's two of them. You can have two people painting at the same time. When you're doing a final job, you don't want anybody opening the door and stuff because then you get the air, the suction, and then you get all the dust on your models, and it's a horrible feeling. So now we're gonna cross this very iconic bridge, and it has an amazing view, and this is what connects all the model shops and all the transportation design and stuff. On this side, there's more like classrooms, and there's where they have the cafeteria and the shop where you can buy a lot of merchandise from Art Center, but also like art supplies, markers, pencils, whatever you might need. But look at this place, it's just amazing. And also this bridge, anybody that has come to Art Center will automatically recognize it. This is where the Art Center cafeteria is. Same thing, beautiful space with like lots of view with a lot of green. You get an idea. Here's where you come take a little break. Be a little dark, but beautifully surrounded by trees. And then on this side we have the Art Center shop, which, like I said, you have all your supplies, all your merchandise, markers, anything you might need. Okay, so here's a quick shot of the Art Center College of Design store. So they have markers, magazines, books, a lot of concept sketches, cars all over the top, any single color pencil that you might need. This is the Art Center College Design shop. She's got my souvenirs, alumni. Here we are at the other side of the bridge. So you have the library here. The cars can go under the school, which is pretty cool. And here we had one of the projects, one of the teachers make you have with a rubber band, 4 wheels, and some pieces of wood. You had to create a car that just powered by one rubber band, had to make it across this whole bridge. So that was a pretty cool project where it gets you thinking outside the box, and you see people like shooting the car as a rocket with the rubber band, some people twisting the rubber band to create like some torque, like just so many different ideas that can come from the same, you have the same platform, but everybody goes a different direction, and that happens with design as well. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of my tour of Art Center. There's a lot more departments, more things that I can show you maybe next time I'm around. Need to head back to the LA Auto Show where we'll create a different video for that. But I hope you enjoyed it. You get to see the gallery. That is not something that not a lot of people get to see not being here. You got to talk to some students, see some of the work, and I hope you enjoy this video. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I got my Art Center mug, my Art Center t-shirt, which I didn't have one. And then I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys.
push over